Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is our Puerto Rico vlog from 2026. And I flew JetBlue there. And I'm so sorry this vlog took forever. I was having technical issues. And you already know JetBlue gives you a lot of goodies. And I took a shuttle to my rental place because I got a rental car. And this is the rental car place. And it was so hot. I wore a long dress there on the plane. And it was humid. But I picked up my rental and they explained to me how it's $150 if I do something to it. And that was what I did to it. But nonetheless, I got to the Airbnb and we went with a couple friends. So it was like 6 or 7 of us total, I think. And this is the whole Airbnb. This is where I stayed with the bathroom. It was really nice. And we had to do some little shopping when we got there. So we all got together and we walked to, I think it was Marshall's or TJ Maxx. And as you can see, I was pretty excited to be there. But the walkover was very short, just up and around the corner. And it's kind of around the same Airbnb that I had for my last Puerto Rico video. But I really should have bought this dress, and I did not because it was a size large. But if you go, don't even bother packing a bunch of stuff because it was amazing. And then it's time for the turn up. That's the rest of the crew. And this is our rooftop. We mostly just chilled on the rooftop before we went out. So you might see a good amount of rooftop content. And you could see everything. We stayed kind of in Condado area for San Juan. And as you can see, I'm just having an amazing time. We started off going to La Placita. So it was so many bars and clubs. I can't even begin to try to place a name for all of them for you. But just kind of Google La Placita. But this one's called the Dirty Monkey. And this was just the start of my night. And I went for my bestie's birthday. And I just wanted to let you guys know that this vlog was so jam-packed full of just fun. I didn't know what to put in it, but this is the best of my capability to get everything that was the most important, because sometimes I do get a little too lit on my vlog vacations. But each La Placita place had free shots, but you had to follow them on social media or some type of something. I didn't really like that one too much, but each club you went into was like free shots, free drinks. You just had to show that you were following the specific club or bar. And I think this one's called Club Laser, but it had mirrors everywhere and it was black lit. And it was just club to club to club on La Placita. Ooh, this place here, I got empanadas and this pinchada, and I put those empanadas in my purse and I ate them later. And yeah, everybody that went was just such a vibe. You know how you usually go on vacations and people are just boring, but not my group of friends. We're just waiting around for everyone to get their empanadas. Honestly, the first night I flew in, it was kind of midday, so I was still just kind of chilling. And this is the rooftop that we went to. It was just really, honestly, bar after club after bar after club. And I'm okay with that. This is the rooftop. Oh, and then once also I go to the ledge of the rooftop, you'll see kind of the whole strip of La Placita, because honestly, it's just this whole entire row. It's blocked off. You can't get no cars there. Like, you can't park. None of that. But yeah, you can see Club Laser, I think that's what it's called. And if you're into more of like a R&B Americanized, this bar was really good. I would go back to this one. But each one had its own different genre of music. And yeah, this one was more of a hip-hop-y vibe, which was only like maybe like 2 or 3 out of the rest, but they mostly played Spanish music. And then my friend got a henna and we decided to go to the beach, and that's honestly what we did, and we capped it out after that, after playing Uno and going to the beach and stuff like that. And her henna came out really well. So that's the girl who does hennas. So day 2, I got up. We decided we're going to the beach. This is my little extra mini skirt, my Gucci bikini. You guys saw the outfit in the previous video of my Puerto Rico outfit vlogs. And we're just deciding which beach we want to go to. And this is a good to go gas station. I got a breakfast burrito there. Breakfast sandwich. Either way, I killed it. And these are the little Capri Sun drinks. And we parked and just decided to walk to the beach, which is just right down the street there. And this beach was Condado Beach. And apparently before I got there, like a couple of our other friends got there and he almost like had a near-death experience and drowned. But that's neither here nor there because he's okay. But as you can see, like the waves are kind of vicious. It's a riptide. It's a lot of algae going on. It's a lot going on there. So really tread lightly because they don't have lifeguards at this beach. So after getting tossed around literally in the ocean for an hour or so, we decided to hightail it to another beach just because one of my friends actually lives in Puerto Rico, so he suggested a better beach, and it's Pinones Beach. I did actually remember that one because it was so gorgeous. And even to get there, you can see the waves are just crazy at this other beach. And it was just like kind of 15-20 minutes down the road. And this is also where you can start to see all of the smaller Puerto Rican like native food spots. So this goes on for a couple of like blocks and then you get to Pinones Beach. Look how absolutely gorgeous this is. And I did not cut this video at all because I wanted you guys to just bask in the glory of it because it is my absolute favorite video I've ever taken of myself. And not to toot my own horn, but it's just amazing. So I'm going to be quiet and let you watch it. But that was a barracuda too. I originally got up because I was recording barracudas. But just look at this background, I feel like my whole life could be summed up by just this one video. The aura, the vibe, just everything about this beach was so nice. But anyway, shh, be quiet, just watch it. Yeah, and as you can see, it's just so nice. The water was very calm. It has like a little inlet where it separates the massive waves from like this little kind of like fish pond area, but it was waist deep and it was absolutely gorgeous. Like if I could go back to Puerto Rico every day just to go back to Pinones Beach, I would. But no cuts on this one because I just wanted you guys to see the whole entire beach. And then it had so much marine life too. It had barracudas, baby barracudas, which I don't know why I'm rolling around in there. Whew. Yeah, it was so nice. And if you go anywhere, go here in Puerto Rico. We can honestly stop the vlog here just because it was so good. But we're not going to because we have a couple more days to go. And you guys have to also see this restaurant that I always go to in Puerto Rico that's at the end of the vlog. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But just look how gorgeous that is. And we stayed there for a couple of hours. We went home. We relaxed. Got dressed. And then now we're out. We're exploring Old San Juan. I'm walking by. I have on a cute little sundress. My X-Files sunglasses. We're getting to it. This beautiful restaurant, which I'm sure if you Google places in Puerto Rico, this is like honestly the first thing that pops up because look how gorgeous this is. It's in the canal of Puerto Rico in downtown. And they also sell kind of like Canal Street-esque stuff down there. If you look, you know the right person. But look how beautiful this restaurant was. It sits right on the water. I feel like everything was perfect. I just love how all the friends got along. Everything was just very copacetic. Look how pretty that is. And then I went and got a bracelet made at Caribbean Beads, which was really nice. But a couple of weeks later, my bracelet broke, but that's neither here nor there. And we went to T-Mobile District, which is also kind of more of a touristy spot. And we ended up getting food at Arenas. Honestly, because we really couldn't decide. When you're with a group of multiple people, it just multiple things. And then we took it down after that because that was a long day. And then we're on day 3. I mostly spent most of my mornings in the pool. on the rooftop, chilling, vibing. And also, Puerto Rico has really good Chinese food. There's this one place called Le Fiji that's really good. But we went over to Walmart and got Panda Express just because it was the morning, and obviously last night was super real. But look how fresh that Chinese food is. Like, oh my God. It is so good. And then we decided to go to another beach because obviously we're in Puerto Rico. And this is what I was talking about with going down the roads and seeing more of the local areas. All of these little shacks or huts or restaurants and local businesses. The food was absolutely amazing. You're kind of have to maybe pull out your translator if you're not, obviously Spanish speaking, but that's good because that's how you know you're in the right place. And as you can see, it's just little side buildings, restaurants. We were gonna go to Chompy's and get a whole fried fish snapper, but they had some things that was out of stock. And everything's fresh off the islands. And I think we ended up eating at not this one or the other one after we got back from the beach, because this beach was also throwing me around. And also the fact that I probably killed 2 bottles of tequila before we even got there. But this is where the vlog takes a interesting turn, because once you look back and I record myself, I start to look back on it and I'm like, wow. Sometimes I feel like I'm a little loud. But yeah, I just really wanted you guys to see the local restaurants and get that exposure, because a lot of people just want to go to such touristy places. And to get to this beach, it was in the jungle. Literally in the jungle. So do not be scared because you had to park on the little side things, which is basically just like a get in where you fit in if your car fits in this little side jungle part. But it was so worth it. If you see right there, it's like your own personal beach. But it was a lot of areas that was trashed. A lot of dumping, but the beach itself was very pretty. So don't be overwhelmed by that. But you have to be careful because coming up, this four-wheeler almost hits the car. But you can see how everyone has their little trucks there. But yeah, right here. And it was honestly real life in the jungle. You can't really judge a book by its cover. But look how pretty that is. It's the sand, the beach. It was a little bit more aggressive than Pinones Beach. But this one was so pretty. We stayed there for hours. And the significant other of one of the guys who went made these really good pineapple drinks. So if you see the same cup, it's the same yellowy drink the whole weekend. And it was honestly a very chill weekend. Everybody just wanted to chill, relax at the beach, spend just a good weekend away from the work week. But this beach was gorgeous. And this bikini is in my What I Wore to Puerto Rico vlog. Oh, and I have a cute little boardwalk too. I forgot about this, but this was really nice. And then we ended up eating at one of the little side shacks. This was my chicken on a stick. Things get a little fuzzy here, but you'll just catch you up there. Anything with the Modelo shirt on, I was just a little, yeah. So, but yeah, it was so nice. And this is chicken on a stick. I got a lot of empanadas. I had a bunch of shrimp empanadas. I asked for a drink. Half of it was Don Julio. This is what the rest of the crew got. This bread was absolutely amazing too. Then after that, since it was my bestie's birthday, we had to head back to the house because she was getting some things done there. And then, of course, here I am while she's doing that. I'm on the rooftop. And to get to the rooftop was crazy because you had to go out of the Airbnb, down the street a little bit, and up this flight of stairs. And it was like 1, 2, 3, 4 flights of stairs just to get up to the Airbnb. So I relaxed, did that, hung out by the pool. And then finally it was time to go to the dinner. We went to the Cannon Club and it was a jazz bar. But one thing about that is that you do have to pay $20 per person if you want to sit in the jazz room and listen to it. But this is the walk up to the rooftop. And we were, just partying on this rooftop. Every single time we had something to do, everybody just met on the rooftop. And I'm just so happy everyone had a good time with our little yellow drinks. And we parked and walked around San Juan because you can see that the parking situation is horrible in the day. So it is way worse at night. But I love this outfit. You guys can also see that on the previous vlog. But yeah, we walked a couple blocks to get to the Cannon Club. Honestly, the only downside that I had about the Cannon Club is that the guy like snatched the drink out of my hand and threw it away when he could have just politely asked me, but that's neither here nor there. And they have a lot of animals on the side of the road. I'm always thinking that like animals who are like used for like show is very, I don't know. I just find it very distasteful, but a lot of people enjoy it. But this is the Cannon Club and it's a Steinway piano bar. And they had a performance at the time that we were going, so we sat in the room with the performance, and this was this guy. And it was giving very castle vibes. And this is our lovely cheers because we're nearing the end of our lovely friendship trip. And I got the asabuco ravioli. That's the seafood paella, the filet. I think my friend down there got the wontons. That was the salmon and potatoes. And I got palomas because, you know, I can't live without a paloma. But it was so gorgeous. It was like you were walking into a medieval castle. Everything was stone. This is the rest of the crew. We went out after that. I went home. I changed my clothes. We hung out for about a couple hours. We went out to the bars. And honestly, I was pooped out. And then this outfit was super cute too. And then we're nearing on day 3. And I was in recovery mode, so we had to go to El Huevo, and my flight was leaving later on that afternoon. So we just decided to do El Huevo and do some sightseeing. But El Huevo is my absolute favorite brunch restaurant spot in Puerto Rico. If you guys go, I shout it out in all of my videos. It's absolutely amazing. It's such good food. I had like the breakfast platter. My camera ended up dying, but after that, we did some exploring at the national parks there, which I didn't really realize was such a big thing, but look how beautiful these trees are. But I always have a thing about trees. If you guys follow me in another video, I explain that to you. But thank you so much for following my YouTube, and if you haven't subscribed, I love you guys to death, and we're on our way home, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.